Hi, and welcome to another episode of Melissa's Menu. I'm your host, Melissa Green, and today we have a helper in the kitchen, Bailey. Bailey, can you say hello?
Hi.
Bailey is 10, and she goes to Kingston Intermediate School, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be helping me today. We're going to be baking 4 different Christmas treats. We're going to do, actually, why don't you tell them what we're going to do?
Chewy chocolate chip cookies, easy creamy chocolate fudge, holiday peppermint bark, and Christmas sugar cookies.
Awesome. So she's going to help me with everything today. I figured with Christmas right around the corner, we'd spend some time making some Christmas treats. Who doesn't love sweets? Bailey, what would you say is your favorite sweet? One of them.
I like peanut butter cookies.
Oh, uh-oh. We're not making those today. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so what we're going to start with is the easy creamy chocolate fudge. Just because of time purposes, I chose a relatively easy fudge recipe. It doesn't require a candy thermometer, so it's definitely a little bit easier. Remember, the key for good fudge is to follow the directions exactly. So why don't we go ahead and begin? We're going to start with 1 7-ounce container of marshmallow. We're going to put the stovetop on medium. So, the good thing with this recipe is that everything is right in one pan. Okay, we've got the marshmallow in the pan. And one thing about this recipe is you want to use a large saucepan, like twice the volume of the fudge, just because you don't want it to scorch on the bottom. So definitely use a pan that's a little bit larger. And I must say, chocoholics beware. It's sinfully rich, but it's delicious. This is a really versatile recipe. If you don't want to do the chocolate fudge, you can just omit it. You can do peanut butter fudge. You could do maple fudge, white chocolate fudge, or even butterscotch fudge if you want. Okay, Bailey, I'm going to have you add the sugar now. It's 1 2/3 cup white sugar, so just pour that in. Whoops. All right. Yep, you can start stirring.
Okay.
Whoops. Then we have 1/4 cup butter. 1/4 teaspoon salt. It's going to be a little bit difficult for a minute to stir just because of the marshmallow. 2/3 cup evaporated milk. A 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. You can use pure vanilla or you can use vanilla extract. I'm using pure vanilla in this case. It gives it a little bit more flavor. Okay, keep stirring. So we're going to bring this to a boil. Take a few minutes for that to boil. We're going to bring it to a boil for about 5 minutes, and then afterward we're going to stir in the chips. See, it's coming along good. It's melting. You can see the butter's nice and melted in there. Doing a good job. So do you cook a lot of Christmas cookies and stuff with Mom at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have Christmas break coming up soon?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plans?
Not really.
Not really? No ice skating or just hanging out with friends and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Look how nice and creamy this is right now. You want to finish that up? Just keep stirring. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit because it's still not boiling. But like I said earlier, you don't want to scorch the pan. That's why you need to constantly keep stirring this. Okay, Bailey, we're going to be using 2 different types of chocolate chips for this recipe. Can you guess the different types of chips?
Is one dark chocolate?
One is dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is another name for semi-sweet chocolate.
Okay.
And what's the other one?
Milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate, very good. Were you looking at the notes?
No.
No. All right, I'll take your word for it. Okay, this is just about done. So Bailey, go ahead and add the chocolate chips, both of those.
Okay.
Let me turn this off. We're going to take this off the burner. I'm going to remove it from the heat. And Bailey's going to stir in the chips. Yep.
The other kind.
Okay, now can you just stir that until they're all melted?
Okay. Now
we're using an 8x8 foil lined pan for this. And the reason I do the foil lined pan is just because it's much easier than if you had the regular pan, you know, it would stick to the bottom and whatnot. I like to use parchment paper. I like to use foil as much as I can. Definitely easier for cleanup as well. Doesn't that look good?
Yeah.
Have you ever made fudge before?
No.
No? It's your first time. Awesome. I hope it comes out good. We just want this to mix. We just want this to become shiny and smooth, and then we'll go ahead and put it in the pan. All right, I think we're ready to go ahead, so I'll go ahead and, this part's a little bit messy, so we're just going to go ahead and pour this right into the pan. Now, also at this stage, by the way, if you want to add nuts, go right ahead. I don't care for nuts in my fudge, so I'm leaving them out of this one, but feel free. And we're just going to put this in the pan, put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours, just until it's firm. Do you want to just hold that for me, just so nothing...
Okay.
Actually, just hold it right over here, sweetie, right on top. Yep, perfect. All right. Let's see, this pan's very heavy, so just...
Looks good.
Doesn't it look good? It kind of looks like cake batter, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait to try this.
It'll be so good.
Yeah. You're going to have to bring some of this home with you. Take some to school. Tell the kids at school that you made this.
Okay.
See what they say, and bring some to your teacher tomorrow too. All right, I'm just scraping up the sides here, and we're just about done. Yeah, just hold that. A little bit messy, this recipe, but totally worth it. All right, how does it look to you?
Looks good.
Looks good to me too. Okay, so we're all set. Bailey, go ahead and put this right in the fridge. Anyways, fine. Yep. See, wasn't that easy, creamy fudge, wicked easy to do? Okay, let's move on to the second one, which is
Chewy chocolate chip cookies.
my favorite. What's your favorite cookie, by the way?
I like peanut butter.
Do you like any other ones?
Chocolate chip.
Okay, cool. So I have this ongoing tradition with my neighbors. I've been making cookies for them for the past 6 years. Love doing it every year. I look forward to it, actually. I'm going to start doing it next weekend. So what I do is I've been using, growing up, my Toll House recipe, which is right off the bat, chocolate chip cookies. However, I tweaked it a little bit, and I think I've finally perfected it. So we're going to actually try it. It's a little bit different than your standard cookie. Just as good. Actually, I think it's better. They're a little bit chewier, and I'll explain why they're chewier as we go along. Just a few baking tips. Baking is very different from cooking. You have to make sure you measure everything very carefully. Everything must be precise, or it's going to mess up your recipe. That's a golden rule. Also check the baking soda or the baking powder. You want to make sure that's fresh. It usually lasts for about 30 days. If it's not fresh, again, that might ruin your batch of cookies as well. Now, if you want to just go ahead and test the baking soda, you can by adding a little bit of vinegar. And you can test the baking powder by adding a little bit of hot water. If it doesn't bubble, throw it out. Just buy another box at the grocery store.
This recipe makes 14 cookies, but they're larger than a standard cookie. It calls to the staple ingredients, which are flour, sugar, brown sugar, eggs, vanilla, butter, and baking soda.
Very good. Okay, Bailey, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 375. Heating up, we're going to go ahead and start actually on the stovetop, which is a little surprising. We're going to heat 10 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So let me go ahead and put this on medium heat. Is that on? Yeah, it is. Okay, Bailey, why don't you go ahead and add that in the pan, please? Just dump it right upside down. Okay. And I'll give you a spoon, and we're just going to melt that. Now, what we're going to do with the butter, we actually want the butter to brown, which is a little surprising. Brown in the butter is going to enhance the flavor, and it's actually going to make the cookies a little bit chewier. So that's what we're going for here with the butter. So just melt that for a minute. This is on medium heat. Like Bailey said earlier, this makes 14 large cookies. So when I'm giving this out to my friends and family, I just put about 2 or 3 cookies in a bag. I think they're so much better than the regular Toll House, so it's worth the extra time and effort to make these. Now we're going to continue cooking the butter for another about 2 minutes or so. It's not melted quite yet. And we're looking for a nice dark brown color and a nutty aroma. It's going to be, like I said, 2 to 3 minutes. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and remove it from the heat and pour it into a large bowl. So I'll get that ready while you're stirring, okay? Now, Bailey, have you got your Christmas tree yet this year?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's already December. When are you going to get it?
Soon, probably.
Okay. You going to get a real or do you put up a fake one?
I'm going to get a real tree, and we still have to get the stand for it.
You still have to get the stand. All right, that's easy enough. Now, what about ornaments? Do you like doing the ornaments or do you like doing the lights?
I
Or
like
both?
putting up both.
Putting up both. All right. Do you have any favorite ornaments? Or any ornaments like you made in school and stuff that you put on?
One year in school, we made an ornament out of puzzle pieces.
Oh, cool.
And
How'd you do that?
it looked like a wreath, and we spray painted the puzzle pieces green.
Oh, nice. Okay. I remember growing up making all those Christmas ornaments in grade school, and my mom still has them on her tree, so it's always a nice tradition to do that.
The butter's almost melted.
Butter's almost melted. Good call. All right, but we want to make sure it's brown, so we need to continue cooking it. So you let me know when you start to smell like a nutty flavor, okay?
Okay.
I think it's going to be a little bit. So what else about the tree? Do you put like garland on? What color lights do you put on?
We have purple lights.
Purple lights. Oh my goodness, I love it. That's awesome. So not really your standard Christmas tree then, right? I mean, not your standard Christmas lights, right?
We have purple lights and the white lights, just the regular ones.
Oh, I like that. What's your favorite color, actually?
Yellow.
Yellow. Take a guess what my favorite color is. I'll give you a hint. It's my last name.
Green.
Yes. Very good. How's the butter looking?
Okay.
It's almost getting brown.
It's bubbling.
It's bubbling, yep. So you're going to put your tree up soon. We talked about your ornaments. Now, do you guys have a full-size tree, or is it like a miniature one?
I don't know what kind we're going to get this year, but I think we should get a big one.
A big one, yeah. Big ones are always the best. Do you have a small one like that you put in your room or anything, or in the kitchen?
We have little sparkly ones that don't have lights on them.
Oh, okay. Cool. Do you decorate outside for the holidays?
Yeah, we have lights that we are gonna put up on the house.
Okay. Are those purple and white too?
No.
No? Okay, folks, this is exactly what you want to look for. See how it's bubbling? It's starting to get brown. I'm going to just take over from here for a second. Oh, it smells so good. It smells, we're definitely getting that nutty aroma. Like I said, doing this is going to give the cookie a chewier texture. All right, Bailey, I think we're all set with that.
Okay.
So let's turn this off. And if you could hold the silver bowl for me.
Okay.
I'm going to pour, actually just put it right here. I'm going to pour the butter right inside. And I don't want to splash you, so be careful when I do this. Okay, now what I need you to do is add 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We already have 10 in here. I know it sounds like a lot, but believe me, they're awesome cookies. Okay, so hold that please, and pop these in and just continue stirring until all the butter's melted, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so while Bailey is doing that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the next couple ingredients. Like I said, your standard ingredients, we're going to add sugar. We have a 1/2 cup white sugar, and we have 3/4 cup brown sugar. Now, I'm using dark brown sugar. Another just piece of information. Dark brown sugar, again, it's going to make the cookie chewier. And also, if you add more brown sugar, same thing, will make the cookie chewier. If you care for more like a cake-like cookie, just go ahead and add equal ingredients of both. I'm sorry, equal measurements of both. How's the butter coming?
Good.
Okay. Let me know when that's all the way melted, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys doing like a Christmas party at school this year?
Sometimes at school we have gift swaps and stuff, but I don't know what we're doing this year yet.
Is that like a Yankee swap where you guys like pick gifts under the tree and stuff?
We have to, well, in 2nd grade we did one where you have to be assigned to bring in a gift for a boy or a girl, and then you get numbers, and when they call your number, you pick the gift from the pile.
Nice. So hopefully you guys will be doing that this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The butter is just about melted. Okay. We're going to go ahead and add the white sugar and the brown sugar now. You can keep stirring, Bailey.
Okay.
And we just want this to go ahead and dissolve, which it should very quickly. Keep stirring that the whole time. And I'm going to add the brown sugar as well. Make sure you get fresh brown sugar. The thing with the brown sugar is it does harden up very fast. So if you put a piece of bread in just like a regular container, it'll make it moist longer. So you can always do that. So again, that's 3/4 cup brown sugar, and we're using dark brown sugar. Actually, I'm going to have you use a spoon instead of the spatula for this part. Okay, so go ahead and keep stirring that. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Again, I'm using the pure extract. Gives it a little bit more flavor. And it makes you smarter as well. Just kidding. Keep stirring. Now this recipe, believe it or not, you don't need a mixer for. A lot of the chocolate chip recipes call for like an electric mixer or a hand mixer. Not with this recipe. Is it almost done?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just give it one more quick stir. Looks good. Okay, what we're going to do next is add 2 eggs. We're going to actually use 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. So Bailey, I'm going to have you crack one of the eggs, please.
Okay.
Right in there.
Into this bowl.
Yep, right into the bowl.
Okay.
And the trash is right beside you over there. ahead and crack 1 egg yolk. Bailey, you can go ahead and put that egg in. The one that you just cracked, yep. Actually, I need this. Great. Put that right in the sink. Okay. Again, we're just using the egg yolk for this part. Go ahead and stir that up, please. Okay, I'm going to have Bailey go ahead and whisk the wet mixture. And while she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start the dry mixture over here. What we're going to need for this is flour, baking soda, and salt. Now I'm using table salt. A lot of people ask, can they use kosher or could they use sea salt? Yes, you can. If you have the table salt, it's definitely better. You want to get the finest granules of salt possible. Gives it a little bit better flavor, I think. So let's go ahead and add the dry ingredients. I am adding 1 3/4 cup of flour. This is just your regular all-purpose flour. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. This is going to make the cookies rise. And 1 teaspoon of the table salt. Now I'm going to stir this, and I just want to take a look at Bailey's mixture. Keep stirring that just for a minute. We want to make sure it's nice and shiny and smooth. It looks perfect, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. So what we're going to do next is just combine the ingredients and then add the best part, which is
the chocolate chips.
The chocolate chips, that's right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Bailey, is pour in a little bit of this at a time and just keep stirring. Good job. Is your hand getting tired? If it is, I can do it.
No.
All right, so mix that up a little bit, and I'll add some more in there. I'll just take a peek at this real quick. I think I'm just going to switch to a spoon. I think it might be a little bit easier. Okay. Just add the rest of this in. Finish stirring that, please. Now, this recipe calls for 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. That's not nearly enough. I'm a huge chocoholic. I need chocolate every day. So I added another 1/2 cup, so it's really 2 cups chocolate chips. You can add 1.5 cups, but I just like them even more chocolatey. All right, I think that's good.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you. And if you want to just come around me over here, and why don't you slowly add in the chocolate chips. Yep. Keep going. You can actually do them all the rest right now. Yep. Great. What do you think? Is there too many chips in here?
It's good.
It's not nearly enough in my eyes.
It'll be extra chocolate.
It'll be extra chocolate, that's right. Now, this recipe calls for, like Bailey said earlier, 14 large cookies. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but we're going to actually drop these onto a parchment-lined cookie sheet, and we're going to add 3 tablespoons per cookie, which is a lot. So bring that right over here, Bailey.
Okay.
I've already got everything set. I've got the parchment paper on, ready to go. They actually sell in the stores the cookie scoopers, which are excellent. I want to get one of those. That's on my wish list for Christmas. It gives the exact measurement of cookies. So, but for right now, tablespoon's just fine. Now, do you want to try this part? Let me show you first. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate. This is a large mixing spoon, but I'm just going to guesstimate. Just like you normally do with regular cookies. Put them right on. So, Bailey, I would say just do like 1 big scoop per cookie, and then after they come out of the oven the first time, we'll check how big they are, okay?
Okay.
So just do that. Now, you've made cookies before, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit of
The part about the chocolate chip cookies, I hate the waiting part. I want them to be done right away, don't you?
Yeah.
I think what we should do for the next cookie, just put it a little bit over there more. Because we don't want them to run into each other. Yep, and just kind of shape them like a ball. That looks good.
Should I do it right here?
Yep, right over there. We'll just do 6 on this sheet. See how they come out. Now we're going to cook these for about 10 to 14 minutes, just until they're brown. I think they're ready to go in the oven. Just one more cookie here. Looks good to me. What do you think?
Looks good.
All right, let's go for it. So I'll take that. You want to open up the oven for me? Yep. Put these right in. Okay, so I need you to count for a long time because these take 10 minutes to start counting. I'm just kidding.
When you're making the cookies, it's hard not to eat the dough because they're so good.
Good point. I love the dough. Actually, I could just eat the dough on my own. The whole thing right now. Would you mind? We have 6 cookies in there. Would you just mind if I took the rest of this over here? I'm just going to try it out. Just kidding. All right, Bailey, tell me how they taste.
Okay. Let's grab a little bit.
Look right at the camera. Awesome! She can't even talk. Her mouth is full. I'm taking that's a good sign with a thumbs up. Okay, Bailey, do you think it's been about 10 minutes or so?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and check on the cookies. Oh my goodness. Wow, I guess I did put a lot of chips in there, huh?
That looks so good. 2 of them combined.
Take a look, folks. Those are done and they look awesome. All right, what we're going to do is move these right to a cooling rack, which is very important. Cooling rack. Okay, Bailey, can you slide over the cooling rack for me? These are all done. Don't they look awesome?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, these are larger cookies than your standard regular chocolate chip recipe. You can make them actually as small or as large as you want. Oh, I can't wait to try them. You can also add nuts at the last part where you add the chocolate chips. Just add the nuts if you want those. You can make, actually, don't they have those white, red, and green chips for Christmas? Mm-hmm. You could do those. Peanut butter, whatever you like. Okay, now slide that ever so carefully back over there, please. Don't fall. Oh.
Yeah, they're gooey.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us on Melissa's Menu, and we hope to see you next week. Good night. Merry
Bye.
Christmas.